Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
You know, my thing is, would you rather get the coronavirus and get over it or have allergies the rest of your life? I think I'd choose the Rona.
Yeah.
God, I hate allergies. And I don't
Seeing
know what's
how
going
other
on
people
right now.
get by, they get past the coronavirus, like the president, who is not in great shape himself.
Yeah.
And he was able
like
to
your
get
old
through
roommate, Evan, who smoked
Yeah,
a pack of cigarettes at least a day and ate nothing but fast food his whole life.
Right, that guy.
And, you know, he was down for a couple of days and he was fine.
That guy is bodied by Trump. I mean,
He's got the red hair and he's got the belly. Actually, his is a little bit more pronounced.
he carries himself the same absolute way.
He has more hair in his ears.
Doesn't have to dress.
Evan, not Trump.
He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to dress up
hair.
as much. But man,
Yeah.
if those two get by it, if I were to be given the guarantee of not ever having to have allergies again and the sinus infections that come along with them, yeah, I'd take coronavirus.
Oh,
But I don't know
gosh.
because we don't know what the long-lasting effects of it are.
I've got something pretty funny to play for you coming up. Sean Connery, I'm sure you heard about that. He passed over the weekend, 90 years of age. Just, you know, honestly, when you think of James Bond, you're always going to think of him. There's a great Saturday Night Live skit I think of every time I think of Sean Connery. And it was Daryl Hammond used to play him. And do you remember he used to get into it with Alex Trebek?
Yes, it was played by Will Ferrell.
Yes. Hey, Trebek. It's very funny. So we're going to play that coming up in a little bit. Plus, we're going to talk about that fantastic football game yesterday that the 49ers put on in
come
Seattle.
on. No, but that was not a fantastic football game.
I'm so mad that
it was kind of a boring football game.
I was cooking and doing dishes.
Unless you're a fan of the Seahawks.
I saw what is his name? Kittle. What's his first name?
George
Kittle. Leaving the field. And I thought, oh my God, I really need to get a photo of this and saying, hey, thanks for coming to Seattle. We hope you enjoyed your visit.
I feel bad for the 49ers because they just get everybody hurt.
Him and Garoppolo.
It's like
see you later.
You can just automatically count on 4 key players every week to go down for the San Francisco 49ers. And it's just got to be so frustrating to have gone to the Super Bowl, to have had Super Bowl in hand.
Right.
And then lose Super Bowl and then come out the next season with so much hope and then be like,
This was my third favorite moment of the game. Maybe it will become my favorite moment of the game, and that is when San Francisco thought they were coming back with their backup quarterback, Nick Mullins, and they got down and they scored, and then they went for 2, and they thought they got it, but it was very obvious if you're watching the game that he fell short of the end zone.
Like, I didn't watch the end of the game because I thought it was over, so I didn't see this.
It was when they decided to take the points off of the screen. I had to pause it, rewind it, and then take a video of it. And you can see that now, 49ers fans. This is going from 22 to 20. My 84-year-old grandmother, who is the biggest Seahawks fan I know, just gave that a heart. So I encourage you to check it out on our Facebook page at Jeff and Jeremy. It's there right now. Anyways, all right. Has anybody told us to F off on the text line, Cameron? Has anybody... Oh, shoot, the phones are busy. I was really hoping somebody would say, you guys suck, shut up, play some music, I hate you. You know, that would just make my day a little bit better. The standard.
We got
the standard 49er fan.
The Niners are better, which they are wrong.
The Niners are still better than the Cowboys. No, that is true. That is.
That was better than the Cowboys, yeah.
Do you want to talk about this trade that you and I did last week now in fantasy football, or do you want to wait?
Well, it still needs to play out. Don't you think?
I saw your 9 points and I laughed and I said, God, I felt so free. I
had a tough
having
week in fantasy.
Ezekiel Elliott on your fantasy football team the last month has been just, But
9 points in the running back position is not so bad. If you could count on it, it's not so bad. It's better than,
Well, it's not the worst he's done all year, but it's far from the best he's done. But yeah, ever since Dak Prescott went down and out of the game, I mean, that's a mess for Cowboys fans. And they're really probably the most arrogant POSs
Actually,
anyway,
did you watch that game last night?
I did not. No.
They were kind of in it until about halfway through the third quarter. And DiNucci kind of looked good. And I would actually, if I was a Cowboys fan, knowing that Well, see, the thing is that division is so bad they still have a chance to win that division. So we are going to see the Red Rocket once he gets out of the concussion protocol.
Is that Dalton?
Yeah, but I guess Red Rocket's a bad.
Yeah. My dog's Red Rocket comes out sometimes. I'm like, put it away, George, put it away.
It's a really bad nickname.
Yeah.
Is
that your nickname for him? Because I've never heard him called that.
That is my nickname.
Oh, okay.
Just because he's a redhead.
Yeah, I get it.
But I think DiNucci, he's got more moxie than Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton's
He's got nothing to lose.
Right.
He's got nothing to lose.
It's kind of like he plays like Minshew does, you know? He's just kind of like, all right, we're gonna go for this. We're gonna run the ball, we're gonna throw the ball, and yeah, I'm gonna get just drilled because I have no offensive line, so YOLO, you know, the YOLO quarterback. But
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see DiNucci anymore because of the final score of that game last night. But he kind of had him in it, you know? Zerline's leg.
I don't think anybody picked Dallas to win, did they? I mean, I guess I'm getting told here 9% of the red zone picked Dallas to win.
Yeah.
But you know those are Dallas Cowboy fans across the country.
It was very halftime it was super close. It was a boring game. A lot of boring games yesterday. A lot of weather-related games yesterday.
Yeah, there were some bad games yesterday. Anyways, Red Zone Challenge up and running.
I think the best game was the Chargers and the Broncos, and
They blew it.
Anthony Lynn needs to
It's
be
not just
fired.
Phillip Rivers.
He needs
I
to
thought
be
it was
fired.
Phillip Rivers this whole time.
It's Anthony
Charger
Lynn.
fan Steve.
It's Anthony. I don't know how
Chargers suck.
I don't know how you have that big of a lead. How you have that big of a lead, and
you
then
blew it.
you let that team come back. When that team who has also been decimated by injuries, come back into that game. It's mind-boggling.
How about the big Miami upset yesterday over the Rams?
That's a good one.
I wanted to pick them. I didn't have the cojones. Stupid. I should have. I think they're obviously a lot better than people gave them credit for.
It wasn't Tua's doing, though. It's their defense is really good. Their
really
defense
good.
is good.
We got Sean Connery dying. And, I guess it's not a huge surprise, right? He's 90 years old. You see that, and you're like, man, that sucks. We haven't lost anybody else in the last week, right? So does that mean we're going to lose two more? Two more celebrities are going to die. No. I'm telling you, every time it happens, some sort of celebrity, two more celebrities will die in the next 7 days. That is the rule of three. It's always, if it doesn't happen, it's because it's 2020.
Oh, come on. Well, if that's a good, maybe that's the good thing. That's the one good thing that will come from 2020.
Because of my age, my favorite Bond movie is not with Sean Connery. I like Sean Connery. The Hunt for Red October, great movie. The Rock. But my favorite James Bond movies
what does Dwayne Johnson
had Roger Moore in them.
Oh.
Because that's when I was a young kid watching James Bond for the first time. For Your Eyes Only, Octopussy, A View to Kill.
So guys that are our age, in their mid-40s, I think it's Roger Moore, too.
I mean, I don't know if he's my favorite Bond. Those are just the Bond movies I associate with.
But, if you watch, okay, Roger Moore, we're more shallow as kids, I believe. And I think Roger Moore had the better looks for James Bond. He was more dapper.
Oh, yeah.
And less rough. Sean Connery was rough, but more of a badass. So I think Sean Connery was a better James Bond than Roger Moore by far. If you go back and you watch the movies, but it's whenever you're growing up. Like right now, I'm sure they're kids. I don't know, but let's ask young Cameron. Cameron, have you seen any of the recent James Bond movies with
Daniel Craig?
Daniel Craig. Yeah. Is he the quintessential James Bond?
I've seen one. It was good.
He's kind of hit or miss for me. I mean, I loved Casino Royale and Skyfall was pretty aight, but I think Connery has to be where it's at for me.
Oh, you go back. You're a movie buff and you watch the old ones because I haven't even seen them all. There's so many James Bond films.
Oh yeah,
I think there's 7 with Sean Connery. I think Roger Moore actually did one or two more. But this was Connery talking
but
about.
it felt like they were putting them out every year in the 80s.
You're right. Well, because, it was a moneymaker, so it's like they're just cashing in. It's like those pop bands, then they were popular, so they just kept putting out albums and they were garbage. That even happens to some of the best rock bands sometimes. Don't they call that selling out? But Sean Connery talking about Daniel Craig is James Bond. He's a big fan.
The ingredients are all there for the kind of movie that people want to see. It has very good entertaining value. It's the spectrum of actors. I mean, from myself to Daniel Craig, who I thought was fantastic, marvelous in the part. The danger element, I think he really gets it.
I guess Roger Moore only did 7, and I think Sean Connery did 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He came back in 71, and then is that it? Did he not?
I don't know. I think Pierce Brosnan might be the best.
I'm sorry. I've always been a fan of Pierce Brosnan.
You were going to say that was your favorite.
Only because
what's wrong with Pierce Brosnan?
We waited for him forever to be able to be 007. You know the story behind Pierce Brosnan, why he had to enter the game as 007 so late? Because, everybody was clamoring for him.
I know, you told me.
Remington Steele, he had a non-compete. Yeah, he had a non-compete in his contract for his TV show, Remington Steele. Said, you couldn't play this certain kind of character, and that kind of character fell under the guidelines of 007 for a certain amount of years. So after Remington Steele got canceled for 10 years, it seemed like he was not able to play 007, even though they're like, yeah, he's going to be the next 007. You go watch out for it. It's by the time it came around, it was like he's kind of like an old guy doing 007.
I had to go find it this morning because that's the other thing I thought of beside of James Bond was Saturday Night Live and Daryl Hammond playing Sean Connery going to war with Alex Trebek, who was played by, what's his face?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. Yeah, thank you. Sorry. Here's a snippet of when they're doing Jeopardy. It's
Sean Connery. We meet again, you logger-headed, tickle-brained pumpkin. There once was a man named Trebek who had the world's tiniest...
Enough!
Okay. You think you're pretty smart, don't you, Trebek? What with your dago mustache and your greasy hair?
Look, what did I just say about ethnic slurs? And the answer is, this is the sound a doggy makes. Mr. Connery.
Moo.
No.
Well, that's the sound your mother made last night.
Okay, that's not necessary.
You remember he had the Sharpie and he went up and he changed Chardonnay to, I don't know if it's an appropriate term for the morning radio.
Probably not.
But, yeah. Anyways, that's a good one. I'm sure maybe, I don't know if they'll pay homage to Sean Connery this weekend on Saturday Night Live coming up.
I don't know.
Maybe
They
play
might
an old
have
bit.
bigger fish to fry this week.
Well, yeah. I know. It's election season, but come on.
That'd be a good way to lighten the mood Tuesday. Just play all the Sean Connery movies.
Right. Hey, by the way, coming up, people say that tomorrow is the most stressful day of the year, Election Day. And I'm thinking, I could think of many other stressful days. We're asking you online, what is the most stressful day? You can let us know, 805-543-3693 on Facebook at Jeff and Jeremy. We'll be right back. So we were asking you, what is the most stressful day of the year? And we've got lots of stuff. A lot of people just wrote every day. Come on, pick a day. Quit acting like such an abused person. You'll be all right.
Mine is October 17th. And this is why. My son's birthday is on October 18th. My wife's birthday is on October 21st. My dad's birthday is on October 23rd. I have a stretch of 6 days in which there's 3 birthdays. And they're all very important people in my life. and it's like, oh God. Usually on October 17th, it's like, I got to make sure everything's fine. Now, luckily, my dad is very cool. He's chill. He's like, as the kids like to say, he's chill. And my wife takes care of most of it, but she does such a good job with my son's birthdays.
Right.
That I have to do really well on hers.
55% of the country are saying Election Day is the most stressful day of the year. I don't know what people are so stressed about. I mean, you've made your vote. Maybe you're voting tomorrow, and maybe that stresses you out. But you don't have to do that. Especially this week, you could have. If you didn't have a absentee ballot, you could have went starting on Saturday, Sunday. Today, you can go. You don't have to make tomorrow so
Just
stressful.
No matter what the outcome is, and when we find out, it could be 3 weeks from now. I just want people to be cool.
It's not going to happen.
I really want that. I think that's the best thing that's the best possible outcome of this election. Whether or not your person wins or loses, if everybody's just cool, that would be the best outcome. But I understand that that's like a 3% chance of that happening. Unfortunately,
It'll be interesting to see which way it goes
because all humanity has gone out the window.
The day Rob Zombie tickets go on sale, Stacey says, is a pretty stressful day. Wants to get her tickets. April 1st.
Oh, because everybody's waiting around the corner to fool you.
My wife's birthday is very stressful for me because I never know what to get her. And no matter what I get her, it never seems to be the right gift. Every once in a while. But birthday, anniversary, Christmas. Those are always especially holidays. I mean, to me, that's very stressful. I don't know why tomorrow for a lot of people is so stressful. I hope that it isn't. And I hope that if we could tell you that you can go vote today and you don't have to do it tomorrow, maybe it won't be that stressful for you. Because what's done is done. It's out of your hands now. Once you've casted your vote, there's really no more you can do. There's no reason to stress about it because you have no control of the situation. And now you just wait.
You've done your part.
Sit down.
You've done your part, and let's sit back and just accept the results and keep moving forward. And keep. I realized I learned something about 2020 when the kids went trick or treating on Saturday night. I'll tell you what that was coming up.